projects, rich is whipping that black hard. Rhymes insane, my skills is whipping that crack hard. Look at LeBron James. The black guard, got big lips and black bras. As soon as I leave Earth, it's back to the stars. Right to job, lives with jewelers and girls. Just ask nods if I rule the world. Yo, my mental vision, setting up intuition. And you really don't have nothing if you intuition. I work with light just to give birth to life. I was born in all forms in the perfect night. The black god, got big lips and black bras. As soon as I leave Earth, it's back to the start. I am the ruler, just like the Lion of Judah. My third eye was built like an iron computer that's dark matter and deep thought making your heart shatter. I sleepwalk, talking with smart chatter, so I don't need you to ride or die with me. I got ancestors that vibe from the other side with me, and they beam up life after death. We got noses on our eyes cause the light's a breath. My priceless flesh, the final copy, look like Anunnaki. Black God, got big lips and black bras. In the projects, rich is whipping that black hard. I'm the same, my skills is whipping that crack hard. Look at LeBron James. The black guard, got big lips and black bras. As soon as I leave Earth. Back to the stars, right to job, lives with jewelers and girls. Just ask nods if I rule the world. Yo, the black guard, got big lips and black bras. In the projects, rich is whipping that black hard. My rhymes the same, my skills is whipping that crack hard. Look at LeBron James, that nigga's a black guard. And you wonder why we spit lead. Just the whole raps, niggas got big heads like Olmecs. Way that I'm writing is more than vain. This is the age of enlightenment. We the Moors in Spain. Now that your honor, I pray to a black vagina. Even the Pope prayed to the black Madonna. In the sun, I shine as bright as I be. I'm the greatest of all time, like Muhammad Ali. And when I die, baptized in the fire. Only fly at night, black skies are higher. Prior to job, my lives with jewelers and girls. Just act nods if I rule the world, rubies and pearls. The black guard, got big lips and black bras. In the projects, rich is whipping that black hard. Rhymes the same, my skills is whipping that crack hard. Look at LeBron James. The black guard, got big lips and black bras. As soon as I leave Earth, it's back to the stars. Right to job, lives with jewelers and girls. Just ask nods if I rule the world. Yo, the black guard, from infinite to infinite stars, it's infinite light. My life's got an infinite charge. The instruments I implement to give strength to your heart. The temple within, the imprint, mimic the art. Into the dark, the dragon spark the fathom from a higher consciousness. I talk with atoms, I live in the land, and I live in the stars, original man. I am the image of God, call me Tut Ankh-Amen. I cut diamonds, so as long as I live, nothing can stop shining. You gon' need to be in the bins to drive me crazy. Live on CNN, hearing cries from Haiti. You know the people down there trying to hide them babies. The black guards, surrounded in light, attract stars. Black guards, surrounded in light, attract stars. The black guards, surrounded in light, attract stars. I told you, all of my critics, I told you all that I was the greatest of all time. All of you, I know you got it. I know you got it. But the man been coming. I'm gonna show you how great I am. I told you, I'm the real champion. I told you, I'm the champion of all. All of you know. All of my critics know. All of you know.
Peace, 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 peace. You're now rocking to the sounds of your brother Hanu Kiel, aka A1, aka Autochthons One. Peace to all the Aborigines, North, South, Central, and the conjoining islands, as well as the brothers and sisters that were sent abroad. Shout out to all the Indians and everybody else who at least recognize that they are indigenous to this land. Just want to start this first off, right? These classes, I didn't forget them, and something actually came up, honestly, despite the fact that, things are subject to change in life sometimes, and sometimes you guys just got to be patient. You will receive the emails this week, but shit. My so-called fiscal new year did not start off very well. We're not going to get all into the details of that, but it just haven't. So you guys have to give me some patience because I've been dealing with some issues. for the most part. So just please, just be patient. We're gonna definitely get to these classes. I've definitely been in contact with my brother Coda, and we definitely gonna, hopefully, we're gonna definitely do on Friday. So I'm gonna send you guys out the email, and I'll send you guys the link as well as the free conference call ID. So just bear with me. I did not forget the classes, but like I said, something came up very seriously this weekend where I ain't have no control over, over the class. So just bear with me, guys. All right. This build ain't gonna be so much about history, or it's gonna pretty much be about us, or just about, just so much life in general. Something that, we gotta definitely always appreciate it. Don't take shit for granted. Definitely. Always be blessed if you got family, because ain't nothing more important than family. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's nothing more important than family. You guys go through problems, work it out. You know what I'm saying? Try to refine it. And if you have no other choice, then you got to do what you got to do. But at the end of the day, definitely work on yourselves. All right. Just want to start this off. For those of you guys, I'm gonna definitely start doing some health videos. You do know that I am a nutritionist, and well, actually, I'm a dietitian according to the Western medicine world or whatever. But I am a herbalist as well, and I'm also a holistic practitioner, in which I have been able to reverse many ailments of other individuals who had serious, how do you want to say, diseases, as well as bacteria and other ailments that may affect your physicality. So I just wanted to put that out there. All right. Um, as far as that, for you guys that are suffering any health problems, well, it ain't a new year, because new year don't start the spring, so we already know that. March 21st, been saying this shit for a long time. But for the most part, you guys ain't start cleaning out your bodies. This would be a good time to start. You know what I'm saying? Put the drugs down, I mean, I ain't gonna say put the weed down, but every now and then it will be good to give your body a break from all of these so-called, I want to say, impurities, or all these so-called factors that may affect your health at the end of the day. So, if you guys definitely want to do something good for yourself, take a colon cleanser. You know what I'm saying? Find yourself a candida. A candida cleans out the yeast as well as the parasites. And there's a list of other herbs that does that as well. But like I said, I'm definitely going to start doing this in depth, because I'm just kind of not letting it go to waste. But this is something that we can utilize just as Aborigines, just to have another brother out here that's pushing this health, or just keeping your body at homeostasis, for the most part. All right. But yeah, doing a colon cleanse, well, not a colon cleanse, but a laxative. Maybe, like I said, a candida before you even get into your colon cleanse, to clean out the parasites and the bacteria that's in your digestive tract. Make sure your digestive tract is clear before you take a colon cleanse. So therefore, you'll be able to withstand the fact that you're not eating the things that you normally consume. A lot of brothers and sisters come to me, they always tell me, well, I can't do that for 20. Well, I mean, I'm sorry. Like, I know we are gods having a human experience, because we are incarnated into the so-called flesh, earth, fire, water, and air, as well as ether, which is spiritual. So sometimes you have to step into your higher self. You defeat yourself when you say what you can't do. You know what I'm saying? And I actually build with a lot of brothers offline as far as health. But for the most part, you know what I'm saying, you got to definitely keep your health in order. And if you keep your health in order, other people will see you, and they will practice the same similar lifestyles. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, I try to eat as healthy as possible. I exercise daily, and I also take certain herbs as well as certain holistic. I don't want to say because it's not a medicine. It will be just be you know what I'm saying, holistic. The word is eluding me. Uh, yeah, the word kind of elude me right now. But for the most part, you guys got to start taking care of yourself. And no knock to any individual who may not have been the best health. There's always a time to start it, and there's no time like the better to start it for the most part. As well as your families and everything. Guys got family, take it for granted. Guys in relationship where you got children, make sure you try to keep your family in order because that's the only thing that matters at the end of the day. It ain't no how many women you got or how many women out here you may be having sex with. None of that stuff is really important at the end of the day. What's important is, your family, making sure you do for your family and making sure you have people that's around you that care about you, you know, um, for the most part. So, hopefully you guys will take that and do something positive with it. Um, haven't been around, been doing some bills, been letting other brothers come on here and build because I really haven't been in the mind state to be, doing all this reading and, building. But next week, I'm definitely going to be back to A1 in its purest form. So you guys just give me a couple days to get adjusted and everything. Um, hopefully, while we've been out here teaching or whatever, hopefully people have learned something and people was able to add things into their life. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm just a spoke on the wheel. All right. I'm nobody big. I'm not trying to be nobody big. I didn't get into this over no clicks and views. I got into this because, I observed the fact that, the people who was African Americans were already here. And that's a message that I wanted to put out for the people, from yours truly. It wasn't for no knocks. It wasn't for I mean, nobody putting you on no pedestal. It was just clearly just to put that message out there. And I didn't have much motivation because it wasn't a lot of YouTube channels besides the ones that I mentioned pushing this information. But somehow, some way, we've been here what, a little over 5 years, and we're here now. Hold on one second, y'all. Fucking cat driving me crazy. My bad, y'all. Um, yeah, been here for a little over 5 years. Showing, improving, building, putting a lot of information out there, and it's not about no high escalades, or it's not about who's the best, because when it comes to this information and us that been classified as what we've been classified, we all been fucked. So a lot of the theatrics ain't nothing but distractions from what people really need to do with themselves. um got a lot of individuals out here that I don't know, man. Shout out to them niggas, man, for the most part, because like I said, I didn't get into this for this. I'm not, what I'm saying? I mean, I'm surprised 5 years later I'm still doing this shit, at the end of the day, despite who doing it now. But, been there, A1 from day one, been trying to just put the information out there, trying to help people. As far as emails and everything, like I said, the last couple of months, my mind been elsewhere. I haven't really been motivated to do bills. I haven't really been motivated to do certain things. So the law classes was something that I definitely was motivated to do, but a coach of freedom, I had to kind of slow that down, but it definitely picked up within the last month. So definitely to let you guys know that that will be out, hopefully by March. So definitely be looking out for that. I mean, when you take on some of these projects, man, I just want you guys to know, Be realistic with a timeline of how you're going to do it, because sometimes anything can happen, and what you see is you have a lot of people who will take advantage of that, and that go to show you where people heart is at. Because my heart been out here for the people from the time that I started to do these bills and started to do a lot of this research. It wasn't out here me just wanting some type of, notoriety. I don't really give a fuck about no social media like that. I am who I am every day when I get up and look myself in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why I maneuver in the capacity that I do maneuver. Um, yeah, but I will tell you this. I will tell you this, right? If you guys ain't if you guys ain't reaching, you know what I'm saying, or striving for, you know what I'm saying, striving for perfection, or if you guys don't see what this thing is all about, then I don't know what to tell you. It's not about keep making videos. It's not about keep talking about certain aspects of history that many people have already did even before we got onto these platforms. It's not about none of that. It's about the people at the end of the day. A lot of people, they tell me like, you don't know the impact. I really don't even look at myself in that fashion, because that's not my. I mean, the impact and helping people, it definitely is something that's great and grand when you look at it. But at the end of the day, that was never in my scope. I would never set out to, you know what I'm saying, be running around here like, oh, I do this better than someone. Nah, I'm never wanted to do that. You know what I'm saying? I just, just try to put the information out there and just hope people appreciate it. I have took shots at individuals who have taken shots at me. I'm 45 years old. I have children. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, I'm not out here trying to be fucking arguing over some petty ass shit or going back and forth. And I've always been that way. My platform have always been designed to put information out there. Do I share the link sometime and let brothers and sisters come on and talk about stuff that we need to do, or stuff that just might be beneficial for you? Yeah, I do that. But at the end of the day, I try to keep it on the history. I try not to attack any individuals. But sometimes when people shooting at you, you got to shoot back. And sometimes you might have to dump off or unload the clip on them. So if you ever seen me go over somebody, it's because they fucking with me. Trust and believe. I'm all defense. I'm never offense. I don't throw no shots really, unless shots been thrown towards me, and I've always been that way. This YouTube thing, people can blow people heads up. And a lot of people out here, they think because they got a low following, or they have a few people that's willing to come on and check them out, that a lot of that fucks with their ego. You know what I'm saying? I don't do builds every day because I'm not motivated to do a build every day. I move according to how the ancestors, when they tap on me, say, "Come on, let's A1, let's go." You know what I'm saying? It's time to go. You know what I'm saying? I'm not out here trying to just come on here and just be talking, just to be talking. I have a lot of other things in my personal life that I have to take care. Plus, I have things that I have to take care of just as being me myself. So when you get older, you learn to try to avoid a lot of the negative nonsense that a lot of these dysfunctional people that are on YouTube, because there are a lot of dysfunctional individuals out here that want to be heard and want to be seen. But at the end of the day, you focus that energy on trying to refine yourself as a person, not trying to tear somebody down. You know what I'm saying? You might have to tear your own ego down to build yourself back up at the end of the day. So don't let these people out here, distract you from you trying to find peace with yourself, or distract you from you trying to be who you are. You know what I'm saying? You have a lot of deception, a lot of people who deceive you in life. And, sometimes you have to go through that. But at the end of the day, you got to look yourself in the mirror when you get up and say who you want to be and what you want to be. You know what I'm saying? I used to go to the youth house and talk to the youth. And I used to tell them all the time, bro, you don't have to be in here, man. You have opportunities. You just need people to help you um, make progress of these opportunities that is available for you. Like, you got a lot of kids that I've used to, in my caseload, that used to have gun charges and drug charges and just want to live this lifestyle that they see that's propagated to you. You know what I'm saying? The lifestyle that you see on TV or the lifestyle that you see out here in the real world, but just understand that there's consequences for that. And when them consequences come down, or when that karma come down, or when them ancestors speak to you, you gotta be ready to. You gotta be ready when how you say when the devil come for his, you gotta be ready to give him his. If you out here doing stuff, what I'm saying, that's on a lower frequency, and you out here doing stuff to where you are motivated by the demonic spirits and the devils and everything, then therefore when he come back, he want his, whether you ready or not. If your ass ain't ready, he's still gonna get his. So just keep that in mind. You know what I'm saying? Try to, balance yourself, if anything, before you can even get to the intuition and the spirituality part of it. You have to balance yourself. You know what I'm saying? My brother Jaguar Olmec do great natal readings. So if you guys want to definitely reach out to him, you know what I'm saying, and do your natal chart. So maybe you can see what your negative traits are and your positive traits. And if you are an individual that want to deal or delve into the negativity, then that will be the same thing what Alex de Crowley chose to do. You know what I'm saying? But the good qualities and the good traits in your life is something that you need to kind of focus on. And you know what I'm saying, you need to focus on the good qualities in your life so you can manifest whatever you trying to bring to this reality. Like I said, man, you got a lot of negative individuals out here. This shit is not a game to me. I did not and understand, man. You got other people that's at work. It's just not, these people know who the fuck we are. They know who the clowns are. They know who the motherfuckers, the clout chasers are. And they know who the people who really putting the information out here and really sincere about really trying to help people. You know what I'm saying? So you have to understand that these people know who the fuck we are. This shit is not no fucking game, man. And I'm telling you, I'm just telling people just in general. This shit is not a game. You think the FBI, the CIA, you think these so-called people out here ain't watching us, man? They are. They are. They are. Trust and believe that. Okay? So while you niggas run around here, you know what I'm saying, think it's about making a fucking video, about grabbing up a fucking an article or getting a couple articles to do a bill. Understand that, man. This is real. This is the real deal here. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, they send frequencies at people who are around you to affect you from you doing what you was supposed to do. So please understand that. You know what I'm saying? Never think that, brothers like me and brothers like other people who came, you know what I'm saying, is not, you know what I'm saying, is not on these people, you know what I'm saying, this list to distract us from doing what we doing. My brother Hakeem Bey used to say, when he used to be upstate New York, he used to be he used to be on his nature walk, you know what I'm saying, going through the park, like showing the people the edible herbs and the edible vegetation that's up there that you can, you know what I'm saying, use to heal yourself or whatever. And he used to always say, man, just somehow people pop up. These guys pop up with suits following him. You know what I'm saying? So please understand that, man. You have people out here who lost their lives to put information out here. You know what I'm saying? So please keep that in mind. Um, And please keep in mind the distractions, the people who cause distractions, the people who want to mention your name to get clout for themselves. So please keep that in mind as well. You know what I'm saying? Never mind who I am. You know what I'm saying? I'm this logo right there. That's who the fuck I am. Never mind who I am in the real world. Just worry about the fact or the information that you was able to obtain from me being able doing what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? It's not about me as an individual. It's about us as a whole. You know what I'm saying? How they say there's no I in you, right? So at the end of the day, people be snooping around, wanting to know who this. That's how you know people ain't nothing but distractions. I ain't gonna saying this common unity because we don't have a common unity. You know, every 6 months is always some type of, you know what I'm saying, oh, we not this. Everybody want to take the leader position, but let's see what happens when that shit really comes down. Let's see if your ass bitch up like the bitch you is. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. And I mean that. And I honestly mean that. Because a lot of people, they take this shit for a game. They don't appreciate the reality of it is, the reality of all of this shit. The reality of it all is that we, us classified as African Americans, been basically the people who basically moved this whole entire fucking planet. You ever seen a Atlas and how Atlas got the globe on his back? Well, that's us, so-called Aborigines, or if you want to say Indians, or if you want to say whatever area your people came from, or whatever waterways or rivers your people came from. Because a lot of times these names are waterways, rivers, and areas that people are attaching themselves to, which is great and grand. But at the end of the day, Aborigine attaches me to all of the great civilizations that came from the Amaruki or the Amarukins, okay? And that's all the way from the Phoenicians, the Carthaginians, the Moors. Well, you know, I don't even say the Moors. I say we all Moors, but that's a whole nother fucking topic or whatever. That's another thing. You got soldiers. Some of these niggas are so fucking stupid and ignorant to where they can't get off a first grade level, to where they can't understand. I know goddamn well I ain't crazy from what I know. You know what I'm saying? And I've put a lot of research into what I do. So if I stand on what I'm standing on and you don't see me bending or folding for any individual, trust and believe, I stand by that. I stand by that because I've seen the evidence and everything. Now, you know, we go by different names, and a lot of these different names are attached to great civilizations of people who have done miraculous things, man, have done great and grand things in this land, as well as take the knowledge from this land abroad and start up other colonies or other so-called civilizations. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to AP and shout out to Jag. You know, one thing that enlightened me along this whole path of being an Aborigine or being an Atanchan is that American Indian Encyclopedia. That American Indian Encyclopedia took me from first grade to PhD level because now I'm able to observe all of the great technical advancements we had in this land, as well as the stuff that I can cross reference and see in other parts of the world. But you have so many people who go through so many great lengths to challenge this stuff, and I ain't got the energy to be rebutting everybody who do a fucking video about me. I don't give a fuck about your information. That's why I don't do a rebuttal to you. I'm not taking my time out the day to even talk about you or waste my time focusing on the nonsense that you pushing. So please understand that. Please understand that. If you don't see me rebutting, because I don't give a fuck about what these niggas be talking about. A lot of these niggas don't know what the hell they be talking about, man. They just go by the European mind state and they don't know how to come in the middle. You know how they tell you there's three stories. There's the truth, there's a lie, and there's in between. Okay? And in between, you're gonna gather both sides and you're going to take You're going to take the evidence that you get from both sides, and you're going to summarize that and create well, the summary will be a hypothesis, and the so-called theory will be a consolidation of the so-called information and material that you got, and which side are you leaning towards. Okay, so understand that. Please understand that. Don't have no favorite YouTuber. That shit right there is weird to me. I don't want to be nobody's favorite YouTuber. I don't want to be like, I didn't even want to be no goddamn YouTuber. I really didn't. This is not what I wanted to do. Well, just one of the things that I was capable of doing that I may have been called to do. Cause I'm not out here like the rest of these fuck niggas and just trying to, yell and shout and trying to be heard or whatever. I'm already heard out here. And it's not me saying that. It's what I know. You know what I'm saying? Facts don't have to be explained. You don't have to explain that. You know what I'm saying, of what people say. And like I said, if I have 5 individuals over the last 5 years hit me up, one of them a year, telling me that they have learned something, or they was able to, how you say, they was able to even get to another channel or get to another individual who may have more information than I have. You know what I'm saying? Then I did my work. I go to people channels. You got people in the chat rooms who who been watching other niggas videos, or other people put this information out there for years, and because they got their heads so far up certain people asses, they just want to attack you like fucking trolls. And that go to show you that a lot of people out here really ain't got no goddamn life. They ain't got no life. You know what I'm saying? Go from one chat room to another chat room to another chat room, and then, oh, you go to this chat room and say something. Oh, it's just like, I don't know, man. At the end of the day, that's why I tell people, just do what the fuck you can do for your goddamn self and your family, man. You take this information and teach this to your kids, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't be a goddamn follower. Cause there's too many damn followers out here, man. Too many people who want to be a follower. Too many people who want to follow individuals who are not leaders. Who are not fucking leaders. You following motherfuckers who you putting on a higher pedestal, and that go to show you how insecure you are within your own reality. You know what I'm saying? And I say this again, we are gods, okay? But guess what though? One thing about being a god and living inside this human flesh, or living in the 666 human earth, or material world suit, is that you're going to have the same feelings that the rest of the fucking earthlings have. And if you can't step into your higher self, or step into your godness, then you're gonna fall fucking victim just like everybody fucking else do, including my goddamn self. Okay? So please understand that. You know what I'm saying? Um, Definitely wanted to put that out there. You know, hey man, shit been a fucking crazy ass ride, right? You start off as a 85er, right? Grow up eating pork. Then you start getting little lessons of knowledge, or enlightenment, and then you start trying to apply these things into your life to make yourself a better person for the most part. But through some of this stuff, people come out worse than what the fuck they started, man. They come out worse than what they started, man. Some of these platforms, the viewers, turned some of these individuals into fucking monsters. They come in humble, and now, you know what I'm saying, are very arrogant. You can't tell them nothing. They know everything, and you know, let the dead bury the dead, man. That's what I say, man. You know what I'm saying? Individuals who I said something about, they deserved it, because I don't really be out here throwing niggas' names out there or putting no slander on individuals. That's not It's not what I'm out here for. That shit right there take from what I'm really trying to do in life. And that shit weighs a bearing on your soul. Or weighs a bearing just on your reality that you gotta get up and deal with this shit day in and day out. You know what I'm saying? So please understand that, man. I came home from prison, shit, in 2006, man. And during the time I was in prison, I said, man, I'm done. Like when I got arrested, I got rescued. And I'm not telling you I got rescued from me being how do you want to say that? An addict or something like that. Nigga, when I got arrested, I had fucking like almost $6,000-7,000 in my pocket. You don't understand what I'm saying? But I got rescued. I got rescued from that individual who thought that what life was all fucking about was poisoning my community, was putting what looking at individuals, and I tell this story, right? When I got arrested, right? When I got arrested, it was an individual who I used to I call a client, okay? I call a client. I don't want to say, because I always looked at people as a client because these are the people who bringing you the money. You had other individuals out there that treated people like fiends and treated people bad. Me myself, a lot of the addicts used to be some of my best friends because you always want to ask yourself, well, damn, what the fuck made you turn and want to do this? You know what I'm saying? And then they tell you the story, and you and it's kind of heart wrenching. It's like, yo, how can I can't continue to live a double life. I can't continue to act like I don't care when I really do care about the individuals. You understand what I'm saying? We glorify drug dealers. We watch the Nicky Bonds and the drug dealers and all these individuals who ain't do nothing but poison their community and basically destroy people's lives. I mean, was it not that they was the one that made someone do what they did? They were still involved, and they were still getting the blood money. See, as long the blood money is like how you say is like the devil's, how I say, the blood money would be like the devil's way of bringing you in. See, you think you're not involved because you're not the one. The story, how to hear his story. Well, they're gonna get it from somebody. It'd rather it be me. That's the way that the devil tells you. Oh, nah, you ain't doing nothing wrong. Just keep pushing this shit for me. You doing great. You ain't making nobody do nothing. But at the end of the day, man, you look at the broken souls of these individuals, and it reaps, man. It really reaps, man. So the story that I seen was, it was an individual who worked in a toll booth, and that individual got ran over by a toll booth. And that individual actually had a big ass lawsuit. So every week that individual was spending, and this is just my own thing because I had people who was doing stuff for me, but I used to have my personal people who I dealt with. You know what I'm saying? And this is one of the individuals that I dealt with personally, right? And that individual stayed opiumed up, oxyco. All every time you seen an individual, that individual was high. And even when the individual wasn't high, because of the drugs, because the opioids attach itself to your fatty tissues, it's like it's always in your body, and and that's the reason why people crave and have to have it, because it attaches itself to you. Heroin creates protein strands in your body, and it creates that need that you have to have it. So this particular individual, upon the day that I got arrested or rescued, okay, you know, normal day, I'm doing my regular drop off, and in the process of me dropping it off, the individual, everything was normal. I didn't even have to give her nothing. or that individual. I didn't have to give that individual nothing. I could have just went, picked my money up, and had her come, or had that individual come and get the certain substance from me, and then that was it. But I proceeded to say, well, let me start my week off, okay? And in the process of me starting my week off, I actually, gave the individual something to start their week off. You understand what I'm saying? And I can never forget this, because this is something that goes along with the other stories that I've seen, right? All right. So that individual, whatever happened, the person I was with, they was fucking cleaning their car off and shit while I come out the house, as opposed to having the car started and ready to pull off as soon as we get out. You know what I'm saying? Which gave the so-called DTs time to run up on us, right? And this is in a suburban area. This is not an area with niggas on the corner. This is not an area where there's a high drug traffic, or people. She probably might have been the only drug addict on that block. You understand what I'm saying? But however it went, they was watching her, okay? And while they was watching her, they was watching me, okay? So I engaged that individual with the so-called product, or the poison substance, you know what I'm saying? And the DTs engaged on me. And prior to them engaging on me, they also engaged on her. Okay. And in the process of that, I got rescued. And I don't know what that other individual is doing these days or whatever, but I hope that she got smart and she made a change or a turn for the better to help herself and help the people that's in her family. Right. So, um, all right. So, they bring the lady out the house. You know what I'm saying? I'm already cuffed. And you know what I'm saying? And they asking me, well, where the rest of it at? I'm like, look, man, I ain't got nothing, bro. Let's go. Let's just go, take me in so I could bail out, and let's keep it moving. You know the game, right? But something happened to me that day, right? Um, they brought the lady out, right? And when they brought the lady out, her daughter ran behind them. And this is actually a European lady, you know what I'm saying? And I have many other stories of my own people that probably hurt just as hurt more than this story, right? Um, but this one was it for me, right? So when her daughter came out, the little girl was crying like, don't lock my mommy up, please don't lock my mommy up, let my mommy go, she all I got. Right. And I just was looking at this shit, man. And I was like, man, this is a foul ass reality to be living, just to get some materialistic stuff, or just to say, all right, well, I'm doing something that the next person not doing. I'm getting more money than this individual is getting. You know what I'm saying? And in the process, that was my separation from that lifestyle. And that was my separation from that lifestyle for the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying? After seeing that individual go through that. And it was really hurtful, man. And I was sitting there like, man, it's fucked up, man. As much as I was trying to be like, man, fuck that, man. Let's just go to take me in, and trying to play the hard guy. The shit, it was really sad at the end of the day to really witness. And then, like I said, I've seen women come by crack and, bring their kids with them, the kids dirty and hair, you know what I'm saying? And you can see that the kids is being neglected, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, the other individuals that's around me The so-called lower self got them. They don't have no separation of right and wrong. They don't know. They don't have the consciousness to bring them and say, man, fuck this shit. This is some bullshit. I don't give a fuck how much money involved. I don't fucking want to be involved with this shit no more. You understand what I'm saying? So when you hear people tell war stories and they glorify it, and it's surrounding other people's pain, that only show you what the individual is made up of. You understand what I'm saying? Never mind any shooting, stabbings, or fightings, or anything else that may occur in my reality. At the end of the motherfucking day, you know what I'm saying? That was a real life situation, and that's something that made my progress and made me step forward to doing something different with myself. You know what I'm saying? You know, and mind you, whatever substance that I did have on me, it wasn't enough for me to get the time that I got. I got a lot of time for what I had, which was fucking practically nothing. If I was in my city, I would have probably got probation, or I probably would have fucking, it would have turned out to be nothing. I wouldn't have had no state number, no SBI number. And I probably would have been continuing to do what I did. But in that moment, that's when A1 was born. You know what I'm saying? Or you want to say Ahanu was born. You know what I'm saying? And I never forget it, because when I look at my daughter, I wouldn't want to see my daughter go through that. So I wouldn't ever put my daughter through nothing like that. You understand what I'm saying? Um, you know, when I got released, I could have said, "Yo, let me do this," but my progression started from that day. From that day, I started to work on myself. From that day, I started to see what would life be if I wasn't doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? Or out here hustling. What other life is out here for me? And that's when it started. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at stuff, you look at life, and you look at other people's lives or whatever, man, just be mindful, man, that it's other people out here. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just always about yourself. It ain't always about you trying to be somebody that you're not. You have to look yourself in the mirror and deal with reality, and try to come in between that and say, well, what the fuck am I going to do with this? You know, coming from a dark place, right? At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Some people don't have these stories. Some people can't be real with thyself. They always say know thyself. And that's why I gravitate to some of what Drew Ali Lessons is about. It ain't so much of the stuff that people wanna say. It's the stuff that study the world, right? Study the motherfucking world. What in studying the world, what do you get? You see the demonic, you see the devils. You see the light bearers, whether they melanated or whether they Caucasians, because you do got some Caucasians out here that do great work, and you do got some good Europeans. And I'm not saying that like, the story of Mo, man, you got good. There are some. I've met a lot of them. I've met a lot of them. I've met my own fucking people who will fuck me around in a heartbeat. And maybe that's the conditions that was placed upon them. But then some of them is all better off. Some of them work jobs. Some of them was correction officers. You know what I'm saying? And you say to yourself, well, damn, you treat your own people like this? Not all of them, but you don't use the fucking devil. Use the fucking devil. You know what I'm saying? So you know, um, prior to going to jail, I ain't fucking have no education. I dropped out in the 10th grade. You know what I'm saying? I was fucking playing football. I had high expectations. You know what I'm saying? But I lost my brother, you know what I'm saying, when I was in the 10th grade. And, my brother used to always keep me level headed. You know what I'm saying? And, after I lost my brother, it was like, man, it's a run for the races, man. You know what I'm saying? And not even seeing that the pain that my mother was already going through. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, um, so a lot of my motivation was because of me wanting to show my mother, look, man, I put you through a lot. I put myself through a lot. And you didn't raise this fucking devil, this devil that's inside of me, or this weak individual that falls victim to the material world, right? You know what I'm saying? You got to look at it like that in a sense, right? But part of what I'm saying, hopefully, something that can kind of motivate individuals. But I tell this story all the time, right? When I was in state prison, I worked on myself. I took that time to work on myself, not just pump weights and fucking do calisthenics, but it was the enlighten myself, surround myself around things that's gonna, when I get out of here, that's gonna be beneficial for me, right? Went back to school, I never forget when I was in assessment center. The teacher, her name was Miss Wade. She was an Aborigine, and she was mean. She was feisty, but she had a good heart. You know what I'm saying? Um, she used to be on us, man. There used to be a lot of young clowns in class, like a lot of little. I ain't gonna say gang members because I know a lot of brothers that rock with me. Some of them are, you know what I'm saying, in some of these gangs and everything. But they, at least they was trying. You know what I'm saying? They was trying to do something. Whether or not some of them was in fucking school to get out some of these ridiculous ass programs that they thought was ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? And I used to tell brothers all the time, man, look at these signs around here. Some of these signs are motivating. You just gotta step. You gotta stop letting these other niggas who you gotta let some of these other niggas who tell you, man, fuck that these signs, nigga. I got another bed in me, nigga. When I get out here, I'm gonna do my thing. And I used to look at niggas like, yo, you're a fucking fool, bro. Ain't enough money in the goddamn world to bring my ass back to this goddamn place. For real. We already behind enemy lines, like Nelly Fuller always say. You're already behind enemy lines. So, you know, besides being an executive chef and being a I was a high paid laborer for the steel workers union, as well as a environmental engineer, aka a garbage man, right? Um, whatever reality, and I was a mover. I used to work for a moving company. That was one of my first jobs I had during the transition. It ain't pay a lot, but it was something, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't out there poisoning nobody. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't out there shooting nobody. I wasn't out there doing any harm to my people. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that you always got. It doesn't matter, as long as you're able to provide for yourself and provide for the others, then you should be good. You know, but however it go, you know what I'm saying? I was supposed to get back surgery, right? I fucked my L4, my L5, and my S1 up. And you know, I would never forget my neurosurgeon. I had a neurosurgeon, and he was actually probably one of the top 10 neurosurgeons in America or in the United States, right? And he had a Bentley, and I'll never forget, like, when he told me the surgery that he had to do for me. I was like, man, he had to go through my spinal cord. No, he had to go through my rib cage, break 3 of my ribs, then go through my spinal cord, right? Take the disc out, then put inorganic, the inorganic, um, I want to say parts into my body, and then put a cage around my back. And I had that Snoop Dogg voice, nigga. You crazy? I'm not doing that shit. And I asked him, I said, yo, man, can I go back to the motherfucking gym? Can I work out? You know what I'm saying? He was like, well, I don't see no problem with you doing that as long as you don't, do no deadlifts and stuff that affects the lower back, you should be okay. From that day on, I always start working, what I'm saying, on my physicality and keeping my physicality up. You know what I'm saying? Just for that purpose and that purpose alone. I always like to work out, but you know, you know, I remember when like I remember taking my first Percocet for my back, and that was my last Percocet for my back. Okay, I had fucking 2 bottles of Percocets, right? And niggas like, man, you could make money off that shit. You know what I did with them? I flushed them shits down a goddamn toilet, and I was like, yo, if I don't want to feel like this, so why would I promote this on? And this was after me going through the thing with the kid situation and coming home and all of that shit. I just didn't want to be involved with none of that shit. I just didn't think any of that stuff was beneficial for me, and it ain't beneficial for nobody else. You know what I'm saying? However it go today, I'm good, and everything, but just to make that transition, right? Now, like I said, I worked as an executive chef. I worked as a high laborer in the steel workers in the World Trade Center in New York. And in that process, I seen people fall to their goddamn death. You know what I'm saying? Making $37 an hour. You know what I'm saying? And never, nonetheless, though, I'm scared of heights. So at this point in time, the building was up almost 90 feet in the 90 stories. Okay. And the way we used to get up there was on a goddamn cargo elevator. And the cargo elevator, that shit used to shake. When you get to the top, that shit be shaking back and forth. Like because the building is made to move. So the fucking cargo elevator moves along to the building because it's bolted to the side of the building. And each story you go up, they add another part to it for you to go up to that story, and then they add another level up, and then they keep going all the way up until you at the fucking top. And I remember the day my foreman was like, "Yo," because one of my foremen used to keep me. He knew I was scared of heights, So and he was an Italian guy too. And he was a cool brother, man. He was a cool brother, yo. He was a real cool brother, yo. And he used to always say to me, man, look, man, as long as I'm here, I ain't gonna send you up there, man. You good. And one day the project manager came in and he was like, yo, you, and you, come on with me. And my foreman was like, oh man, he was shaking his head because he was with us. And he was like, damn, I'm sorry, man, And we went up fucking 90 something stories, man. And as I'm going up, I'm fucking feeling like I'm about to throw the fuck up, yo. And I'm looking at the whole New Jersey, the whole New York, you know what I'm saying? And I'm in the corner, like holding on to the goddamn elevator like a goddamn fucking, I don't know. Shit was crazy though. But the project manager was like, yo, you scared of heights? I'm like, nah, I ain't scared of heights, man. I'm good. Nah. He's like, you're scared of heights, man. He said, how the fuck you last this long? I just put my head down because I didn't want to look at my project manager and shit. I was like, man, I was like, yo, I'm good, man. You know what I'm saying? And he just kept fucking with me, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? He just kept saying jokes and shit. He was like, man, one of these things popped out the side. He was fucking with me the whole time. And from that fucking day on, every fucking morning I used to get up, I used to have fucking butterflies in my stomach to go to work. You know what I'm saying? And I used to have these butterflies in my stomach. And, the shit used to like I used to get up. I used to have to be to work at 6:30. I used to have to take the path to New York and get there by 7:30 or whatever. But I used to be up from like 3 o'clock in the morning because I couldn't go back to fucking sleep. Cause I was fucking like I used to have anxiety as a result of the fucking job, right? And oof, I just like real talk. I couldn't do it no more. And I was bringing home checks like I was making like over $2,000 in a week. Like really, like we figure like this. We worked 10 hours. I was making $37 an hour at that point in time, and we worked 10 hours. So I was making $370 a day times six. Right. I know that's probably a little under 2,000, but we used to get paid every 2 weeks, so it used to look like it was more than what it was. But I'm talking about like man. But however it go, I had to resign from that shit. I couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? Which made me say, you know what? Fuck this labor intensive work. Let me take a redirection and let me see if I can get back in college. And we know college is bullshit. You know what I'm saying? We know that. We know college ain't nothing but part of the general education system and part of the so-called Nazis. Um, it's a certain program in which made the PhD system. I can't think of it right now, but all of that shit comes out of that camp right there, and the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds and the how do you want to say the mind control experiments that they take us through in some of these universities. Okay, but on another note, you can learn some things as a result through going through some of these universities. It might not be what your major requirements are, but you can learn some things. You know what I'm saying? And shit. And I was like, man, shit, I could sit in the goddamn class. I've sat in the goddamn bullpen for 10 hours waiting for them to come get us. Or sat in the bullpen for 10 hours waiting to go to court. Or sat in the bullpen for 10 hours waiting to get arraigned. Or sat in the bullpen for fucking 10 hours waiting to get processed. Okay? So I'm like, what? Fucking, what, 3 classes a week? Sitting there 2 hours? 200 level or 100 level courses? I said, this is nothing right here. This is a piece of goddamn cake. I can actually do this shit doing a fucking handstand. You know what I'm saying? This is Nathan compared to, the fucking shit I've been through. So, that was something that was enlightening at that point in time. You know what I'm saying? And here it is. Like I tell people, I don't say that as a trying to throw that shit out there to anybody. I just let you know that, that like from me, I have 7 felony convictions, and all of my felonies was controlled dangerous substance. 1,000 feet of a school zone, 500 feet from a public park, 500 feet from a public housing, use of cell phone, manufacturing, distribution. You know what I'm saying? And they set us up because you can get one case and it can have 5 felonies attached to that one motherfucking case that you got. Now, a lot of times that they drop a lot of this stuff, but for the most part, they try to make as many of them stick, and that's the reason why a lot of brothers and sisters out here can't get the adequate jobs that they need. Or I'm gonna say, like, I'm not me personally. I'm not with at this point in time working for nobody because my father always told me, man, you know, to be self-employed. Always told me. He always fucking told me that. And if he never told me nothing, that's what he told me. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, you better work for yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? And create contracts and he always told me that, and I always watched him do that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's part of the evolution of trying to get into, you know what I'm saying, a higher self or a higher reality. It ain't so much out here, talking and trying to, use these people history to get you where you at. You know what I'm saying? But it's part of just sometimes humbling yourself and trying to say, well, you know what? I need to do this and I need to become this individual here. This individual, I've done that. I've had fucking 3 pound gold chains around my neck. I've drove Mercedes and fucking, man, I've drove a lot of vehicles, man. I've had a fucking Range Rover Sport. a M3 BMW. I've had a lot of stuff, and none of that shit is like brings happiness. None of it brings happiness. None of it isn't more enlightening than see my daughter running here when she was a baby jumping on my lap, or when I open that goddamn door, my daughter run up on me. None of that shit equates to that. None of it equates to it. You know what I'm saying? Having 3 or 4 women you call up and just do whatever when you want. None of that shit is it. None of that shit means nothing. It doesn't mean nothing at all. It only means something to your lower self. It only means something to your lower self. It means nothing to the person who really got true bliss or true love in their life. You know what I'm saying? That's not love. That's creating these false narratives and these false realities to think that you being loved, or just like Mikel Pfeiffer said in what's the fucking name of the movie, when they did Outpouring them, Paid in Full. He said, man, you don't know how to love. I feel the love when I pull up and everybody. But then he also said that, man, ain't no love out here in these streets, man. These people don't love you, man. They only love you while you on top. But and you don't get that. You get that false reality from being that individual who you're really trying to be. And that's the same thing what I tell you about some of these people out here that's on YouTube, and some of these people out here that's in reality. They create more problems for their own people. You got into this to try to help your people, but next thing you know, you posting people mug shots and you doing all of this foul shit that really doesn't equate to nothing at the end of the goddamn day. They ain't get into this shit for no money. I don't care if you I don't care about none of that shit, man. I just care about, putting the information out there and just trying to help my people, man. That's it. Because, when you sit back and you see how your people be treated, and a lot of us, we perish for lack of knowledge, which is ignorance, right? We perish we perish for what we don't know, what we don't fucking know. You know what I'm saying? So when you do got the knowledge, now you know. That's how they tell you, like, boom, like, prior to this, no matter of fact, when I used to go to church when I was in jail, right? Because didn't want to be no Muslim. No, I didn't want to be no Muslim. I am a Muslim. I am one who submit to the elves, or submit to the creator of the universe, or submits to that spirit that's inside of us that talks to us through our conscious and through our higher self, right? I am I am of that, right? Um, but I didn't want to be no Muslim because I seen a lot of Muslims when they came home from prison, they could still sell dope, and they could still sell drugs, and they could still, oh, that's Musaim, and that's this person, and oh, he's doing, nah, brother, nah. One thing I respect about Christianity, one thing I respect, and I'm not fucking telling nobody to be no fucking Christian or nothing like that. It all goes back to higher self over lower self, man. You know what I'm saying? All of these so-called principles, the so-called Ten Commandments tell you to be aware of the evils that's out here to avoid from. And all of this stuff attacks your lower self. You understand what I'm saying? And the same thing that the so-called people who practice Islam, and I'm not saying Islam in a Middle Eastern form. Well, I am saying Islam in a Middle Eastern form, but the Islam that I practice is I, self, law, and master. I master myself from these lower entities. Whether you can get with that, whether you can't get with it. See, me, I don't have to, I don't care about who talks about what, because I'm my own motherfucking person. I don't care what individual tells you, oh yeah, these niggas was doing this or these niggas was doing. I don't give a fuck about that. I don't care if you say Elijah Muhammad was an agent. I don't care if you say, oh, this person. It's what can I get out of the teaching that was provided that I can better myself. You understand? And even as an Aborigine. So just remember that, people, man. You know what I'm saying? That's from yours truly, man. You know what I'm saying? Step into your higher self. Step into your motherfucking greatness, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody dictate what you do in this reality, especially if it's something you see beneficial that's not hurting nobody, that's not going to destroy nobody, or that's not going to tear down nobody's life. Focus on your fucking self. Get your health together. Find some activities. You and your wife go to the goddamn gym sometime, and then after you go to the gym, go if you want to eat motherfucking IHOP. I don't want to eat no pancakes, but if you want to eat pancakes, great. You know what I'm saying? By the way, when I go to IHOP, I get grits with sauteed spinach in it, and that's it. Like for the most part, um, you know. But you gotta try to, if you got children, man, focus on working on your family, man. Focus on working on your children, man. Focus on what's the greater good of what you got in life, man. As opposed to being so fast to leaving your family or, looking at, oh man, fuck this, man. Appreciate what you got. Appreciate the people around you. And you know what I'm saying? And install this knowledge into your children and your spouses and the other people that's around you at the end of the day. Um, I'm probably gonna rock out a little longer, but please understand that, you know what I'm saying? Okay, I see you, Fussel. I see you. Um, yeah, but for the most part, that's what you gotta deal with, man. You know, try to, work on a business, man. And a business don't have to be a negative business. A business can be, whatever you build it up to be, man. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, there's a lot of different ways you can, be business minded out here as well. You know what I'm saying? Try to stay focused as well too, man. Because anything out here, man, they attack you through the people who are around you and take you off your square. you know, at the end of the day. So definitely focus on who you are and try to become that better individual for yourself and for the people that's around you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's about it, man. That's pretty much all I got to give you guys today. I ain't talking about too much Aboriginal information. Stay away from the individuals that always want to be, oh, I'm this. Stay away from that. I know sometimes A1 gets into the lower self sometime on some of these bills, but me personally, I try to stay away from that. It's just the individuals that come along that compel you to sometime lower yourself to these individual levels. And these days I'm not even focusing on that. I'm focusing on me, myself, and continue to strive for perfection, man. So, for the most part, you guys, you can go with that, man. You got enough people talking about Aboriginal information, man. I will be starting to apply some of this health, and I just want to say this, like as far as the schooling part goes, right? I got an associates, I got an ASS, I got a BS, and I have an MBA, right? And my bachelor's was in dietetics, right? And I used to see, like, my pyramid, my plate, You know what I'm saying? And I used to, like, a lot of my so-called teachers used to be overweight, and they, you teaching nutrition, but you're not practicing nutrition. You know what I'm saying? And that's, I mean, you don't have to, now they say, don't look at the messenger, look at the message. Sometimes you have to take that. But the whole purpose of me going through that was so I can meet people like Dr. Sabi, Joe Procom, Scott Whitaker, shit, yours truly, Alayla Africa. Patrick Delves, he's another good brother out there that do holistic, and the so-called more than 80 holistic practitioners who've been killed or murdered under these strange circumstances. You know what I'm saying? And that's what that did for me. It brought me into that reality. You know what I'm saying? It brought me into that reality. It brought me into the naturopathic field, and being able to heal or heal these diseases and these so-called, you know what I'm saying, I don't say viruses, because viruses ain't nothing but toxemia. And toxemia is when your body reaches its toxic threshold, and then it builds what you consider to be poison, which is, in the medical book, all viruses are what they consider poisons. And when your body get that poison in it, that body's going to get it out one way or another. Whether you reach a temperature over 104, or whether your ass curled up in the goddamn bed. But I tell you one thing: if you guys get sick or whatever, the first thing you should do is do a laxative. Clean your digestive tract. Then once you clean your digestive tract, do a colon cleanser. Because what happens is, you're aware that all the bacteria that's in your so-called GI tract is the bacteria that weakens your immune system. And once your immune system is compromised, it's like you fighting five people. You know what I'm saying? And that compromised immune system basically shuts down in other areas, and then other diseases form as a result to that. So definitely keep that in mind. You know what I'm saying? Get yourself some colloidal silver, get yourself some oregano oil, get yourself, like I said, a blood cleanser, lymphatic system, um shit. It's a lot of shit out here, man, these days. It's a lot of shit. I do the 21-day raw food diet, and I've been doing, I was doing, like, I'll take it to 40 days. You know what I'm saying? And probably finish it off with like a 10-day water fast. Also, people, a lot of water. A lot of us are dehydrated. And a lot of us, if you do a water fast, try to do a water fast for maybe one day, then one day go to 2 days, then 2 days go to 3 days, and 3 days go to 4 days, and 4 days go to 5 days. Try to get yourself to 20 days. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, yeah, you might feel a little weak, but I bet you'll feel much better. You'll get rid of a lot of the ailments in your body. You might have an aching knee, and through you not working the digestive system hard, that blood that you use to digest your food can now go to other parts of your body. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, man, you know, definitely, man, try to fix your I don't want to say diet, but try to fix your lifestyles. You know what I'm saying? As far as the things that you put into your body. Um, I don't drink, I don't smoke weed, but lately I've been smoking Black and Mild filter tips. I'm about to stop probably within the next couple of days. I'm probably going to do a water fast, and start this thing off right, man, and just get back right. So for everybody out there, man, shout out to everybody, man. Whether you fuck with me, you don't fuck with me, know what your mission statement is, man. Because I think a lot of these niggas is just straight strays out here, stragglers, man. They don't know what they out here to do. They just out here to cause chaos and confusion amongst people who really want some type of remedy and really want some type of process from this so-called Aborigine or so-called indigenous paradigm for the most part. Know the end game. Know how to stand on your square out there. You know what I'm saying? Because everything in these United States is dealing with legalese. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my brother Creek. Shout out to my brother Coda. Shit. Shout out to USFL. Shout out to Jonah Bay. Shout out to Todd. Shout out to all these individuals who put this information out there to where you can study law. Because I came in through this through law. That's the first thing that I learned, like dealing with law. You know what I'm saying? Trying to deal with the legalese, the UCCs, and me and Jay Freeway talk about this shit all goddamn day. I got three fucking Black's Law dictionaries, Bouvier's, Maximums of Law. I know the Constitution back and forth. Um, yeah, man. At the end of the day, you gotta be balanced out here. It ain't just so much of you knowing you're Aboriginal. You have to tap into other aspects of life. It's definitely a lot of things out here you can do to refine yourself and make yourself a better person, man. So that's all I got today. Like I said, I will possibly be back next week once I get this water fast going and start replenishing my body and start, you know, getting the clear thoughts and everything. You know, I stopped smoking weed for myself because I'm 45 and, like, you know, I just got tired, man. I just got tired because, like, I don't know. I don't like after smoking weed so long, like, it's just like, sometimes you gotta kind of just give it up because it's not fun. It wasn't fun for me, like, no more. The same thing with alcohol. I hate alcohol. I mean, I hate alcohol. I hate waking up feeling dehydrated. I hate the smell of it. I hate smelling like alcohol. I hate throwing up. I hate all of that shit. So all of this stuff that I don't do that makes other people fun or whatever, I guess I became a boring individual as a result of me not wanting to indulge in some of these activities. Don't get it fucked up though. I still stay fly. You know, I got more books than I do sneakers, and I got a lot of kicks and a lot of stuff like that. But I got more books, enlightening, motivational, um, you name it. Herbal books. I got about maybe it's about 12, 13 herbal books dealing with herbs and everything. Um, but yeah, definitely, definitely work on yourself. You know, don't let people tell you that, it's not worth it. Like I said, don't fall victim to the individuals that's out here, you know, that's just, oh, I'm doing this and you ain't really doing nothing, my dude. And I hear you. I hear your conversations, man. I don't have to ask you what you know. I don't have to ask you what you don't know. All I have to ask you is what you know, and you're gonna tell me everything you don't know. And that's through observation. And that's something that led a lot of us to this paradigm or to this understanding for us to be able to get here and be able to focus on what we're focusing on today. So, at the end of the day, man, that's right. That's right, Ego Condor. That's right. Yeah, alcohol is whack. Shout out to my brother Blue, man. Shout out to all the people in the chat room, man. You know what I'm saying? All the brothers and sisters out there. I see a lot of people dropped out because motherfuckers is probably like, man, these niggas ain't talking. This nigga talking some old, he talking some old other shit. Today, he ain't talking about that. I mean, well, whether I talk about this or I talk about the Aboriginal information, it's all something that's beneficial, however it go. And look, let me show y'all something. Look, let me just show y'all something. I'm always researching, right? Let me see. Let me show y'all something. Just in case you think I'm bullshitting. I always got research up here. Let me see. I could click on any of this shit. Look. I always got shit up here. I don't be up here bullshit. Now I could do a bill right now. I don't feel like doing no goddamn bill. Santan, and Dharma. Hinduism, Mayans, Aztec, Incas, Sumerian are the same proof, same cultural proof. Look, I got other shit to support it. Hold up. It's another joint I was working on. I got a couple bills for you guys that I'm going to do. Let me see. Got something I was supposed to do on the washer tours. Um, Shout out to my brother right here too. He got some good shit. But some other shit I was gonna do on the washer tours. So I got a couple bills for you guys that I'm gonna do. But I gotta definitely get shit in perspective before I focus on this. Got some other stuff over here. I know this is something I was gonna do right here on the Alabama tribes and the different ones. So I'm gonna definitely get into this one. I'm probably gonna be doing this one pretty soon. Let me see something else. Yeah, I got a couple bills up here. I just ain't really been focused to really, bring them out the way I wanted to bring them out. Some other shit showing you how the Sumerians was in Peru. So just to let you guys know, and this a good joint right here. Chariots of the gods. Let me see. It's part of America. Another build I was going to do. This is actually the ancient writing that they had. But I got a couple bills, man, that I'm definitely gonna do for you guys. So just be patient, man. I definitely gonna get back around to it. Um, I definitely, for the most part, man. Shout out to all the Aborigines, North, South, Central, as well as the conjoining islands. Shout out to all the brothers and sisters. Everybody who emailed me for the class. I got all of your emails in my book right here. And I will be sending these emails out this week. Like I told you guys, I had some things that came up this weekend where I wasn't able to totally focus on it. So guys, bear with me. Um, yeah, for the most part, man, just find out what the end game is for you, man. Find out definitely. Cause like I said, a lot of these classes. I think me and the brother Creek gonna be doing something tomorrow, so be looking forward to that. You know, Probably gonna call Coda when I get off the phone to make sure we good on these bills. or this legal class. And like I said, this is whoever come in, man, you come in. If you like what you hear, then you can move forward. If you don't like what you hear, then it ain't gonna cost you nothing to come in. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, this first class is an orientation, and there's nothing, nobody's being charged, or nobody is. If you enjoy the information and you think that the information is something that's worth something to you, small donation would definitely be required, because a lot of this stuff is not YouTube friendly. It's not meant to be on YouTube. And, definitely, a lot of people take time, man. It takes, you know how much time it takes to do some of these bills? You know what I'm saying? So, like part of the appreciation sometimes is realizing that people take time out their daily life to do stuff to help people, you know what I'm saying, just to help people in general. So, with that being said, man, it's your brother A1, aka Ahano Kiel, aka Thompson. This one, man, I got most of the brothers and sisters emails. Let me see, I can read them out. Let me see something. So far I got about 57 emails. I think, yeah, I got about 57 emails. And like I told you, free conference call could hold up to 100 people. So, we go with what we got. If we can't get to 100, you know what I'm saying, for the most part. So, with that being said, man, definitely, man, shout out to everybody who been rocking with me. Shout out to everybody who just been trying to step into their high self and find out their lineage, as well as who they were prior to the European classifying you as an African, Negro, black, and colored. So with that being said, man, let me get out of here. Let me try to go down to this gym, go throw some of these weights around, get a little cardio in. It is what it is, man. Peace to everybody, man.